We live in a modern, constantly changing, seemingly safe world. Diseases that used to plague humanity is almost non-existent now because of innovative medicines and excellent health care. That said, millions of families throughout the world still have to experience the horrible reality which is seeing a loved one die from kidney failure, a disease which is many times repairable with a transplant.
In 2016, there were more than 100,000 people with kidney failure and in need of a transplant. Out of those 100,000, only one-fifth got their life-saving organ.
This is a massive issue. Not only are these individuals suffering from a deadly sickness, but they're also given false hope that someday they'll get a kidney, which is really their only chance at life. The worst part about this is that at many times, these individuals do have a family member or a friend who's willing to donate their kidney, but there simply aren't a match. These, these are the individuals who, beyond having to fight for their life, are falling under the cracks for the same medical system, which is supposedly there to save them.
Miracle is a cross-platform mobile app that uses proprietary software and deep learning algorithms to enable kidney failure patients and a directed donor, like a family member or a friend, who might not match with other of these duos, which can then donate to each other and match. By recommending these new formed groups of individuals hospitals, they can get the best health care by physicians who have the capacity to treat these individuals. This would not replace UNOS, but complement it by giving people a much-needed tool with the potential to save millions. We'll sell medical facility recommendations by match to hospitals, so they pick up the tab and render the app completely free for the end user.
Our proposed business model for our social impact project works because it's an app that connects the patients with hospitals in a safe and reliable way. It makes a positive social impact since it's helping out patients in need of transplants and connects them with hospitals that are going to help if the patient receive or even donate a kidney. As far as the economic value goes, it's really it's really good because it's an app, so it's not an expensive machine or a really expensive project. It's just designing an app that will serve its function of helping the patients. I think that we have made clear what our social impact will be and how we will make it, so I don't see any need for changes of any element, but we could explore maybe making some changes in the app in order to have the best quality possible. Some other important additional research we could do is find a lot of potential hospitals in every country that we're going to make the app available for, and also start and finish the app and finish the development stage and make make the app as useful as it possibly can be.
Our potential target customers are mainly hospitals around the world who seek to have an exceptional organ transplant system and people who are in need for an organ transplant. We have noticed that on many occasions there are many patients who have been waiting for a transplant for a very long time, but sometimes when the hospitals have found the perfect fit for the patient, on many occasions the patient can receive it because there is another patient who is in much need of it, and after a while of waiting, people can get very desperate. This market we're entering is enormous on its own. There are thousands of hospitals and clinics worldwide, both public and private, that have been registered all around the world. The majority of these hospitals use transplant systems such as UNOS to help them get transplantable organs for their patients, but UNOS isn't always so efficient. Every day, new technology is being innovated, and in the future, hospitals and clinics, for example, will be very advanced in technology and will become more efficient. But for now, there hasn't been anything that has impacted this system. This is where we come in with our miracle app. With the help of our app, both doctors and patients won't be as stressed and worried for getting a transplant. Our app is very efficient, life-saving, knowledgeable, and collaborative. Anybody using it can keep track of the process being done and have a much brighter image for their organ transplant, knowing that there is still hope.
We, as a group, have a really good and strong base to launch our organization. We have the necessary resources to start with it, but obviously we still need to investigate and learn a lot more to have the money to launch it. So we still need to put some effort on getting our initial budget to launch it, but we think it's not so important, at least in our situation, and other resources we can use to launch our organization correctly. With a good experience of Mark on creating softwares, apps, and websites, Melanie experience in marketing, me, Valentin, and Felipe in our knowledge and understanding in business and financial models. In general, I totally think that we have the necessary resources to launch our organization and learn in the process to make it successful.